Good evening, everyone. This is the regular monthly meeting on an alternative date for the Simsbury Water Pollution Control Authority. It's Thursday, November 18th, 2021 at 7:01 p.m. And my name is Paul Gilmore, and I am the chairman of this authority, and will be loosely running the meeting tonight. Tony pretty much runs them, so but I'll be starting with a safety brief. Okay, so we are about to enter the cold months, right? And also this transition time from fall to winter. Black ice is a thing. And so it's also very important to remember that the best thing a car can do, and the most important thing it can do, is to stop. Brakes are critical, and careful application of the brakes is not always intuitive when it's icy out. So be careful out there and make sure that you stay safe, because one of the most dangerous things we can do is be traveling in a car. Even though by and large nothing does happen bad in a car for most people, when it does go bad, it usually goes very bad. So be careful out there. So that's number one. We're already moving to number two on the agenda, and that is Pine Hill Homeowners Association sewer upgrade request and update. Tony, take it away.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, Tom Roy and myself met with members of Pine Hill Homeowners Association. They're asking potentially for the Simsbury Water Pollution Control to take over the sewers in that area. This is another neighborhood, just background-wise, that is similar to Maple Court and Woodland Street, where they're old Ensign Bickford corporate housing. So they are not up to town standards. During the meeting, Tom and I basically gave them information regarding the process for taking over the sewers, the potential for the public hearing, information, design concepts, things of that nature. We also talked to them regarding their options. So, they don't have to give us the sewers. They can potentially line the sewers in their neighborhood, but again, they wouldn't be the town standard, so it would improve what they have, but it still wouldn't be to our standard, so we wouldn't take them over. The other thing we actually recommended they do was, since the last evaluation they had of their sewers was back in, I want to say 2008, there's nothing that's been, and that wasn't a full-blown video inspection of the system. We recommended that they actually get an evaluation done of their system to do it. And they asked us if we could do it. And we said potentially. We said we'd have to get permission from the board to do it. And our video inspection camera may not fit in some of their sewer lines. So we said that we would try to, if permission from the board, we would try to video inspect it and do our best. If we could video it, we'll give them the information. If we can't, again, we'll give them that information and then give them potential contractors that can do the work for them if we can't get it done for them. That way they at least have information on how bad the sewers are in their area and what needs to actually happen to replace the sanitary sewers if needed. So in other words, I'm looking for permission from the board to perform a video inspection of the sanitary sewer lines inside Pine Hill Homeowners Association. We would do this at our standard hourly rate, which we set forth every May for labor and things of that nature, if you guys approve that.
All right, so when you say our standard rate, do we have a standard rate for this type of work?
Yes.
So we've done this type of work for private property owners before?
Well, it's not so much the video inspection part, but for cleaning and things of that nature. So it's basically the vehicle. We'll charge them for the vehicle and for the labor that we spend in the time.
All right. Is there any risk that we might make a mistake that might cost them money?
No.
Okay.
If the camera doesn't fit, then we don't do anything. That's pretty much it.
That's what I was concerned about. You said there are places that the camera doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you can't get definitive information. Is that-
again, I don't know yet. We haven't tried doing it. This is just an assumption because it's all smaller lines and not knowing the condition of the lines. It was prepping them for the worst case scenario from us.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments?
Tony, you said we've never done this specific type of work for anyone?
Not the only video inspection we did. We actually did do some video inspection work for the town of Avon, probably 4 or 5 years ago. But it was it wasn't as in depth as this is. The other one we actually just coming to mind, we actually did it for when we took over the sewers for Stratton Forest community. We actually went and video inspected all of that prior to taking over their sewers. So I guess we have done it.
Not common, but not totally unheard of.
Correct.
Yeah.
Things you remember after talking about it.
Great.
Lucian,
That's
you're
how human
muted.
memory works.
You're muted, Lucian.
So this is our equipment with our personnel, correct?
Correct. Correct.
It's safe to assume this wouldn't be taking away from any other more productive or important activities you guys are doing.
No, not right now is an opportune time to get it done because we're in a downtime right now, waiting for the next snowstorm.
Okay. All right. So I would be looking for a motion authorizing the Simsbury Water Pollution Control to deploy assets and personnel to do a video assessment of the sewer piping for the Pine Hill Homeowners Association.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All right, we're ready to put it to a vote. All in favor audibly, say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 3, status report on sewer extension projects, etc.
We'll start with the easy one first. The ridge at Talcott Mountain, they just pulled their last 4 permits for the final 4 buildings in that development. So we'll be finishing up our portion of that job there. As you can see, we're making a controlled mess on Hot Meadow Street. If you guys have been driving up in that way, we removed that gigantic oak tree that was there, which made a big difference just in the look of the area. We were able to do the pipe jacking underneath the sycamore tree. Had a little issues with that, but we made out with stuff. It's going well. Probably, I would say the major portion of the work will be done before the second week in December. And we will be finishing tying in the laterals and things of that nature shortly thereafter that. And that's it. Everything else is pretty much status quo for work as far as the developments go.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone have any remarks, questions, or concerns about Tony's status report?
Actually, just to give you guys a little bit more fun stuff, when we're digging in that empty lot between the dentist office and one of the houses, we actually found 3 bottles in the ground. One was a 1940s Pepsi bottle.
Wow.
Found an old, Tom, you'll like this one. We found an old heavy brown glass beer bottle because it's an old cork type bottle, and a medicine bottle from the 1890s.
Wow.
How
That's
about
cool.
that?
Did you save it somewhere?
What's that?
Did you save it somewhere?
It's in my office.
Nice.
Cool.
Have you notified the state archaeologist
No.
about those? Because it could be an indication of something important. Probably not from what you said, but it could be.
Have not done that.
Okay, so there, he's at UConn
Okay.
stores, and it just I think it's sort of a pro forma thing when you find something that old.
Yeah.
To notify that authority.
How did you date it to the 1890s? Was there markings on it?
Google. Yeah, the bottle, it was just the top was broken off of it, but just the label on the bottle
Got
says it was from the 1890s.
That's cool.
It's probably not important, but you never know about these things.
Yeah.
Well, you ought to listen to the guy that has the PhD, even though it's in bioanthropology and not archaeology. So.
Well, no, don't listen to me all the time.
I'll send them an email tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's see. That takes us to the treatment facility report.
Everything's going well. We're still trying to finalize our facilities plan with AECom. Sewer lining, they're going to come back in this month, sometime this month, to finish up. They got there's a couple of lines at Town Hall we want to do, and then we also got some more favorable rates for digging. So we're going to be able to do the force main for the TerraFill pump station in the wintertime, probably in January. The secondary clarifier launder cover project is still on schedule to happen December, January. And we are advertising right now for our open operator position. And process-wise, we're doing fantastic.
Great. Any questions or concerns or other remarks with respect to the treatment facility report? Well, we're just breezing through this tonight. Is there an important football game on or something? Correspondence, Tony.
There isn't any.
All right, that takes care of that. Wow, we are already at now item number 6 for the October meeting minutes.
Going for a record here.
What's the record of the shortest meeting?
I think it
don't
was
know.
like somewhere around 20 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was like
Oh,
24, 25 minutes, something like that.
Oh my gosh, how about that? Okay, so did everyone have a chance to review the October meeting minutes?
Yes.
They did. All right. So does anyone have any comments, questions, or criticisms about them? Although we're not really entitled or to criticize Allison's work, but nonetheless, I'll take comments.
None.
No one commented.
Looks good.
All right. Well, then, does anyone want to move for the approval of these finely prepared minutes?
So moved.
Anyone want to second it?
Second.
All right. If no one wants to discuss, we're probably going to be able to have our best time ever. So seeing no one wanting to discuss, I'll put it to a vote. All in favor? Aye. It carries unanimously. Okay. So that takes us to the proposed WPCA 2022 meeting schedule and the possible approval thereof. Did anyone have any problems with any of these dates for 2022?
Mm-mm.
And I know one actually goes into January of 2023. So good. So seeing no issues concerning those, does someone want to move for the adoption of these dates as our schedule for the regular monthly meetings for this next year?
The only thing I would also ask that we always do is just to make sure for time purposes, to make sure 7 o'clock is still good for everybody.
I think that works. Okay. So these dates and 7 o'clock in the evening. We're looking for a motion with respect to this schedule.
I move to approve the schedule for the 22nd meetings at the proposed time, 7 o'clock p.m.
Okay. Anyone second that? Anyone want to discuss? Seeing no one wanting to discuss, I'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously.